Welcome to another The Forsaken, episode 70. Welcome chat, welcome players. Y'all are the best. I'm going to get some music started here to set the mood a bit. Oh, it's a little bit loud. Turn that down. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, again, welcome to The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on Madbird Streams. We're happy to have you. Let's get started off with how we usually start things off, is with a summary of last week's episode, which was episode 69. Well, 2 weeks ago episode, which was episode 69. Our adventurers spent the night at the Cute Lord's Inn, located in the large and populous tourist city of the Altar. There, they met a fawn creature named Dradea, who, out of speculation, inserts herself into the group's activities while staying at the inn. After some prize getting from the establishment's wall of gotcha machines, they all go to the adjoining The Cute Lord's Cafe to enjoy some coffee, food, and cats, while Juniper begins fawning over their new table companion. There they chat with Dradea, revealing that she's a private investigator, until she unexpectedly needs to leave on a case. Some go to bed, while Juniper and Kazil decide to enjoy the pleasures of the inn's hot spa. On their way back, they run into Dradea again, Kazil attempting to play wingman to a very awkward Juniper. The next morning, everyone reconvenes for some coffee at the cafe, where Dradea insists that she'll accompany them in their adventures around the city. First off, let's all roll for your inspiration.
Yeah?
Yes, the music did start playing, Jonathan.
18.
16.
15.
Did you roll a d20, Jonathan?
10.
Okay. Pyxrin gets it. It was a 15 exactly.
Hi, yay.
Yay! All right. So, let's get started here. All right. So, yeah, the last thing that happened during the last session, the rest of you had, let's see, and you weren't here, right, Melissa, the last session? Okay. So, yeah, you're all currently still, I think you're on your way out of the Cute Lord's Inn. You're being accompanied by, well, not only reminding you that you have your mouse friend Polo, your mouse guide Polo with you, but you also met this fawn named Dradea, who has this, let's see here, let me get her picture up here, kind of like long, really light, almost white blonde hair. Very lithe. She has these kind of very twirly brown horns on her head and these very light honey eyes. Oh, I think you stopped my music. So whatever you did, if you paused it.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Jonathan, it paused the music on my end. Did you go over to the bottom right and change your device?
Now, so I'm not touching anything.
Okay, all right. I hit play again,
anything,
and okay, cool. Sorry, technical difficulties. We're fine. Everything's fine. Unfortunately, we don't have Joe here with his background of the fire. So, yeah. So, yeah. And Dradea said that she's a private investigator. She did reveal last week that she, and that's the case that she kind of went out in the middle. Well, she revealed to, I think, just Juniper and Kazil. Or did she reveal that to the whole group what she was looking for? She kind of, I think, hinted that she was looking for someone in a green cape and with dark hair. But she said that she'd accompany you around the city. She did mention that there's a smallish library supposedly somewhere in the city. And mentioned that I think maybe someone there might have information about things, or it might be a place to visit. She mentioned a dock where talking cats are, that kind of run things at the dock. So she's just there, accompanying you on your travels in the city. Yeah. Okay. So, Yeah, I think y'all were on your way out of the Cute Lord's Inn. You had just grabbed your morning breakfast and coffee. Again, the altar is a pretty big city. There's all kinds of different things that you could do here. So if you were looking for any kind of shopping, you do know that there is a street with boats on it. That's kind of like a boat market that you could go down. There's all kinds of I will say that in the middle of the city, there's a main city square that has a bunch of tents set up, as well as an open temple. Again, you have heard of this kind of like weird kind of startup library that's happening somewhere in the city that Dradea knows the way to. In the cat docks. Other than that, that's pretty much all you know. Oh, you also know that there's like an underground area of the city too, where there are some, I think Gerbil had went down there to check on prices at a weird motel down there, we'll say. A weird inn. That was a little suspicious, a little sus. So there is kind of like, and Gerbil would know that there's kind of like other little like shops and stuff down there too. And there was like a long kind of like alleyway that kind of went all the way down through the bottom of the city. So.
And there were canals as well?
Yes, canals run through the city. I forgot to remind you that. There are canals that run through the city. Tritons run little kind of boats that kind of go through the canals. You also have streets that go through most of the areas too. The canal is just kind of like a second option of travel if you want something a little bit more slower and, kind of nicer. You want to walk.
So it's like Venice.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Venice with a skeezy.
I feel like yeah.
Not skeezy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like an underground Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
You're okay to like look at it, stop by one shop, but then never go back.
You see all sorts of as you you step outside, you'll see different races kind of around here. There's really nothing. No particular race that's the most there. It's kind of a nice conglomeration, kind of a mix of people. Conglomeration was not the word I was looking for. A mix of people.
They have a union.
Yeah, right. Is there anywhere in particular? Dradea will just kind of step out. We'll say that she's still kind of like munching on like a pastry. Where do y'all want to go? You want to go to this library thing place? I think Juniper, you were interested in that, I think, or Renerius. I think Renerius might have been interested in that too.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, what?
Do you need some coffee? And she'll offer you her coffee cup.
Yeah, she'll just take it and just drink nervously.
Okay. Yep, it's good, right?
Yes.
I got a little bit of flavor in there, a little bit of hazelnut. Tastes good, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of like stands there and then watches you drink it.
She's I got
her black ears that kind of go under her horns will just kind of like twitch as she's like watching you.
Oh, she can't even. Yeah. Canals, boats.
Yeah.
Boats. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't been on anything resembling a ship in a minute. That sounds lovely, but I'm not sure what the rest of them want to do. I'm just kind of following them.
Okay, so yeah, we can definitely we can hail down a boat, absolutely. Teagan, what are you interested in doing in the city? Anything specific?
Not really. Just checking out the city, seeing what it has to offer. That's about it. I mean, we're just looking from a respite from traveling through the Slaughter Glade and all that. So.
Yeah, tough place.
Wouldn't hurt to help our buddy Polo out finding his other mouse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I told you about that, right, Dradea? I think, let's see, it's 3 or 4, let's see, 6 of your mouse friends? 4. 4. Right, 4. Mouse friends missing, they came down here, and she kind of pulls out like a little notepad and starts like, kind of licks the end of the quill and starts like jotting down 4 mouse folk. Let's see, they head down here, they haven't came back, it's been longer than expected, right? Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah. We'll get this case solved for you, Polo. Huh, thanks.
And in my experience, which has nothing to do with missing persons or mice, the docks are always a good place, but also close to water.
Docks. Got it.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, there's the cat docks. We can check there. Yeah?
Cats. Are they like normal cats in that they like mice?
I not really sure. Actually, Polo has his hand up.
Yeah.
Yes, Polo.
Actually, I've heard that the cats are actually kind of because we had we send people. We obviously wouldn't send our newbies here if we expected a lot of danger. And actually, we've heard that the cats are kind of respectful to us mice. I mean, I don't know about to you big folk. I mean, we've came across this before in the jungle. I mean, so I can't guarantee your safety with the cats, but I know that I'll be okay. Hopefully, I think.
So
Right.
then would it be insulting to go to the cat docks and ask if they know where the missing mice are? Would that be insulting to them?
I don't think so. I mean, they might know. They might have kind of like a little bit of knowledge, to maybe some answers. Maybe they've seen them.
Yeah.
Maybe they're having dinner with them.
Why'd you say it that way?
Invite them
was the whole-
invited them over to dinner.
Yeah.
Have some food, sharing a meal, friendly.
Is there
Dradea is just kind of looking a little concerned, kind of like, okay.
in Davenport we have many ways in which a mouse becomes a mouse. Do you have a set? Is there a tradition? Do they go to certain places, do certain things? Or is it...
Well, when I did my trip, I just kind of came here, and I think we stayed overnight somewhere. I mean, we have a contact here, but I don't know really how to get a hold of him. But I can keep an eye out for him. But yeah, not that I know of. I don't think there's a set place. I think it's just kind of more. It's more of the journey, It's more the journey of getting here and back than it is the city itself. The city itself is more like, whoa, because usually the young ones, they haven't seen it yet. So it's a lot for them to take in. So, kind of like sending your kids to Vegas. Your teens to Vegas. It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
I've
Yes,
read that
the Great
shit
Vegas
before.
pilgrimage.
No, that was me. That
Of all
was
the
that.
of all the youth. Everybody in America, that's where we send our child to.
Just
prove
to
that they are
Vegas.
adults. Go to Vegas.
Go to Vegas, my child. Yeah, so
Come back with some money, whether it's less or more. It's up to you.
so I mean, sometimes they, might sometimes get into trouble, but usually our contact here takes care of it.
You
So,
said you don't know how to get in contact with the contact?
Sometimes we run into them, sometimes we don't. It's kind of, it's interesting that way.
It doesn't sound like a great contact.
Well, it's what it is. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. And you all have never been here before, right? It's the first time we've been to the city. Well, Polo. And
I've been here like once, twice, yeah. Same.
Dradea.
Yeah, I just kind of passed through and haven't really stayed here. In fact, I think I'm broaching on the longest I've been here.
Oh,
But yeah, also don't forget to keep an eye out for the green cloak, dark hair. I was gonna say, she like noticed you, Teagan, but she rolled a 1, so no, she's like saying that, and like the description kind of seems like Teagan, because Teagan has a green cloak and like black hair.
it's kind of.
A little muscular, but not too muscular.
Right. Why don't we knock out, 2 birds with 1 stone, and let's go places you haven't checked. And we'll check for our mouse friends. You check for your person.
Oh, well,
both
I can check.
checking for our
I mean,
people.
but see, the thing is about people in the run gerbil is that, they're not going to stay on the same place. So, sure, the places I've already checked are places I've already checked, but a place I've already checked, he might have moved to that place. Because usually, if you're running from the law, you don't want to stay in the same place. And, well, not running from the law. I'm not that important. I'm just looking for information for this person. Because I think they might have information that, the people I know need. But, so, because they weren't there yesterday doesn't mean they're not going to be there today. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And she'll kind of give you a pound, reach up and give you a pound on the shoulder. Just, let me know if you have any questions. I mean, we can learn from each other. You can teach me how to be like a big tough bugbear. I can teach you how to be a private investigator.
Yes.
Big tough bugbear. Junie's just gonna.
So,
Yeah.
so I guess let's go to the docks, talk to the cats. Right?
Okay.
Right? Does that
Yeah.
sound good?
Let's head to the docks. Let's go that way. Do we want to take a boat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Dradea will
be-
kind of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It'll be slower. It'll give us more time to look while we boat.
Sure.
It's the perfect solution to see the city and all the fawns and
Yeah.
possibly the missing persons and mice. And also it's a boat.
Dradea's gonna put both hands on both of your shoulders, Juniper. Junie, I like the way you think. Let's do it. And she'll just kind of start leading y'all through down a couple of streets until you hit a canal. And you don't have to. It's not very far. It's just around a couple of corners, and you'll see this kind of canal.
We all get a boat, floats 2 feet.
Running
We're
up
here.
the street, and there are several. The interesting thing is once you get to a street with a canal, there are a few tents kind of set up, a smaller market, and there are also several little docks kind of set up that kind of go into this canal system. You do know that as you went across, around those couple of corners, you could see out and see several canals kind of down the way, but this one right here, you'll see kind of a boat. Almost like a gondola type boat, kind of lazily kind of pulling up to one of the docks. A couple of passengers in it get out, and a Triton is standing there. Female with kind of dark bluish green hair, dressed in some leathers, will kind of stop the boat and wait there for the rest of you to approach. While you're approaching the boat, why don't each of you make a perception check for me, please?
$11.
Okay,
18.
nice.
Nine.
Okay,
She's clearly distracted.
very distracted, yes. What about Pyxrin?
17.
Okay. A Dribble and Pyxrin, the two of you, Teagan, what is your passive, Teagan and Juniper, what are your passive perceptions?
15.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
No, 15. Yeah.
15. Okay. Yeah. All right. So all of you will notice Zephyr kind of trailing. He's still with the group. He's kind of trailing behind. And he's been kind of interacting with his long sword, the long sword that is enchanted.
That's
Go
fine.
on.
Wait, didn't he have two?
It's normal.
Well, no, he had a great sword and a long sword. The other one's a
Oh,
great
okay.
sword.
Details.
So
Which one was the sexy woman?
that was
That was
the
me.
long sword. That was the long
Okay, of
sword.
course.
So
Why'd I guess?
he has the long sword out, and he is kind of, you can see him kind of chattering to himself, kind of very low, kind of under his breath. And he'll wait, and he'll chatter again. But you'll see him doing that, and you've seen him do that, I would say, probably all morning.
Is that, mm,
Zephyr?
Zephyr will kind of look up at you.
You all right over there?
Sorry, I was trying to pull up something. His
What?
list of words, which is
Demands.
gonna make me open Discord here. Give me 1 second.
We takes everything and run.
I thought I could open it up on my phone, but it was not
Shanks us.
it was not being good to me. So
Did you plan this out? Shank. Runs away.
okay, so far we're still okay. All right, let me just pull up this. Okay.
what?
Any day now, computer. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Zephyr will kind of look up at you, Pyxrin. Oh, I didn't see you there.
Really? Really?
Still kind of holding the long sword at his side. Looks up at you kind of, kind of surprised.
Okay, you've been talking to that thing all morning.
Um,
I don't understand. I mean, we've been basically next to each other this whole time, sort of, but, and she'll lean in real close to Zephyr, not like super close, but like, are they talking to you again?
it's not what you think.
Juniper will kind of come up next to Pyxrin. See, when you say stuff like that, it makes us think what we were thinking.
Easily manipulated.
Doesn't help.
Cheeky little thing. So he kind of takes a step back and kind of pulls the longsword a little bit closer to him.
Like, does he look like he's had sleep? Like, is he?
Make
does he
a
seem all
fresh
there?
make a fresh perception check for me, please.
Nope, no idea.
Yeah,
For a total of
it's
4.
hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Like you kind of lean close and kind of like try to study his face a bit, but he'll kind of move his head around a bit, and so it's hard to get a read. And he'll start just staring back at you. Let's hope this works.
How about this? I'll walk behind him just to make sure everything's all right.
Right.
Something like that.
Something smells.
She point at Gerbil.
I mean-
Oh. We checked. He cleaned up real
I mean-
good.
But also, this is nothing new. You don't have to rub it in.
I'm working with what I have here.
Are we? We're not. Did we get off the boats?
You haven't. This was when you were. This is when you were approaching the boat, so I'm guessing
Okay.
this conversation is happening off the boats.
Okay. Junie's getting in the boat.
Okay, so Juniper
just-
starts getting in the boat.
Putting some
Can we all
space
fit?
between the bird.
Can we all fit in the boat?
I will also say that
It's okay if we don't.
I will also say that the four of you notice as you've walked from the inn to the boat, not the four of you, just Gerbil and Pyxrin know this because you got the higher rolls. So Gerbil and Pyxrin, you noticed some interesting even though I said there's a mix of races and different types of people here, you do notice here and there people with hoods on, with very deep hoods that you can't see their faces, and cloaks that kind of wrap around them. Pyxrin, I would say just because of your history, you kind of, let's see, you pass by one kind of close, and your attention's kind of immediately caught to just them being so covered up, and the sun's out, and it's not extremely hot here, but it's not chilly or cool either that would require so much covering. And none of them are green, however. More kind of a darker, kind of like reds and blacks and blues. But you do notice on the one that you pass Pyxrin that the skin is a darker blue color. Like you can see it on their hands and their wrists. Like the one part that's not covered. But the group of you approach the boats. Juniper starts getting in as Pyxrin and Gerbil have the conversation with Zephyr. And yes, there are, let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So I'd say you'd probably have to split up within two boats. You do see up the way that there's another smaller dock, and there's a boat parked there as well, about the same size. So if you split up evenly, you could fit and just take 2 boats. Polo will speak up. I'll go in the other one. Dradea, if you want to go in this one that we know, since we know a little more of the area. Good idea, Polo. And Dradea will get into the boat that Juniper is in.
Maybe.
And kind of like get right outside of you, Juniper.
She's. Yes, of
Maybe.
course. Okay.
Me, Pyxrin, and Zephyr in the other one.
Well, Teagan will definitely get in the other one.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Okay, so Kazeel will get in the one with Juniper, and so yeah, Kazeel will get in the one with Juniper and Dradea, because Kazeel would sit in a way to where he'll sit right across from Juniper, and as Dradea kind of sits next to as Dradea kind of sits next to Juniper, Juniper sometimes when Dradea's not looking up, you'll look up at Kazeel and he'll wink at you.
And she's trying to wink, but it's all red.
And Kazeel will be like, "So Dradea, you and Juniper both have horns, it seems. That's interesting." Yeah, we do.
Yeah, she's but her ears are cuter than mine. Look at them. She's just.
Oh, no, your ears are fine. I think your ears are okay. Juniper, just don't be. You shouldn't. And she'll kind of put a hand on your back, you shouldn't down yourself about your appearance. I mean, you're working with what you were born with, and I think it's good. And I think that To me, at least, I think everyone has something that's weird about them, and everyone has something that's interesting about them, and or nice looking. So just give you another pat. Go with that, okay?
She's just sitting there with her empty coffee cup.
Oh, do you want me to throw that away for you?
No, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
Puts it in a bag of holding forever next to her heart.
No. Right. Have you been on this canal before?
Yeah, I took the trip other time. Just to try it out. Seemed like an interesting way to go.
Yeah, I'm used to much bigger boats. But I love boats. I love this boat. I love this boat so much.
I just like anything that doesn't require me walking, honestly.
Yeah. It's.
There's this one city and she'll start telling you about a city that has carts instead of boats, like in the streets that you can take to different places. Sometimes pulled by people and not horses.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. We should tell me more. Tell me more.
Tell me more. Did it get very far?
Content ID.
So she'll continue to talk to you about it. So Teagan, and we'll say, let's see, Rhaenyra's. We'll say Rhaenyra's will just get wherever it is to balance it out. I think you're all pretty much balanced out for the most part. Triton, of course, heading both of these boats, and we'll kind of start off into the water and down the canal. A lot of the streets look fairly the same here. You'll see a couple of different. You'll see, let's see here. I think you'll see a sign for an auction house. You will see a couple of signs for the market, kind of leading with arrows kind of painted on them, pointing towards the center of town, which are just a couple of streets away from. And then you also see a couple of signs for the docks. And we'll say that Dradea will kind of let the Triton know that's guiding the boat, that you're heading towards the docks. Is there any conversations that you want to have while in the boats or anything that you want to do? We'll say that it's probably maybe a 15-minute boat ride. Still pretty early in the day, so it's not too hot outside. You have a little bit of a breeze blowing. I will say, well, no, not in the canal here. You'd probably be going towards. I will say that we'll cover that in a second. Did you have your hand raised for something, Juniper?
I just wanted to give them all a chance.
Oh, sure.
Teagan, which are you? You're in the second boat, right?
Whatever boat Dradea is not in.
Yeah. So Teagan's in the boat with, I think, you and Zephyr, and I think Gerbil too. Yeah. And Zephyr's just kind of sitting there with his longsword in his lap, not really saying much, just kind of maybe humming to himself.
Pyxrin's gonna sit crisscross applesauce, if there's room.
Yeah.
And she clears her throat really loudly just to be obnoxious. Teagan,
Yes.
do you think that she might be looking for you?
Oh, I'd most have. Well, I matched the MO. I'm probably going to look for. Once we get to the market, I will swap out this cloak just to be safe. If she hasn't, I don't know if she's that bad at it, or you noticed that I match it. I noticed I matched it. So
Did you even plan this out?
Have we ever planned it out, Zephyr? Have you ever planned anything
I
out?
could go either way.
So yeah, I'm going to change that. But I've noticed other people in robes, so it might be a good place to ask about. We get to the market, I'll go look for a place to get robes, and I'll ask about the other people wearing robes. See if what's going on with that.
We'll be just fine.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Mwah. I think and she'll kind of lower her voice and she'll stand up. The people that are the most covered up, the robes and all that, I think they might be Drow.
Oh.
Can I have a microphone?
Interesting little trick.
Can I have
You don't think they're with you know who?
1 + 1 is 2.
No, hang now. Let's slow down that conversation. Okay, I understand where you're coming from, Zephyr, but
You're not as dumb as you look.
Liked it better when he was talking to the sword.
Teagan's starting to wonder if he ever saw Zephyr swim.
oh,
I don't know, have we? I don't
can
think we
you
have.
fly, Zephyr? Over the
Ah.
ocean.
To fly.
I feel like he needs a moment with his weapon.
Things are a little weird here.
I have to agree with that. Does something not feel right to you too?
Yeah, them with
I
seriously.
mean,
With the riffs and everything, yeah, I don't. Maybe we can ask about that too.
do you mean the plane itself or this town?
In this town. Well, aside from okay, that worm thing is kind of weird, but I don't know.
What
mean,
normally goes inside?
I have a very
I
bad joke
mean-
for that. That's not cross friendly.
I mean, Zephyr's from here. We could talk to him, but I don't think we'd get very far. But Gerbil kind of
Rude.
leans back towards the Triton on the boat guiding us. Right? There's a Triton on the boat with us.
Yeah, well,
Guiding the boat,
guiding
right?
the
Like
boat.
it's a
Yes,
gondola?
correct.
Gerbil's just gonna.
Yeah.
Hello.
This Triton is male, kind of a lighter bluish skin tone, very pale blue almost, with kind of a dark green hair. Hi.
You're so
we're-
pretty.
We're Taurus.
Just kind of turn around and smile. Very dazzling smile, Pyxrin. Very kind of
Cool.
square jaw, muscular.
How long have you done this job? How long you been here?
I've worked the city, I don't know, ever since I could, I guess. I've worked the boats, so probably for about 4 years now.
Oh. Do you like it here?
It's a job, decent enough, I guess. Are you,
Sure, we'll see if anyone
visiting from another plane?
Um,
Are you from Dimglint?
no, not us. We're just travelers visiting and kind of, you know, taking it all in, you know, as one does in the sights.
As one does, yeah.
Yeah. You get a lot of visitors here with the portal, right?
That we
down
do,
here.
yeah.
Oh.
Have you been to the city before, friend?
Oh no. We just kind of walked in, and we're just trying to, you know, pick up some, you know, details about this place. You know, we just stayed in a bar, or not a bar, an interesting hotel I've never seen the likes of before. It was very interesting. I slept in a pod.
Oh, the Keylord Zen. Yeah?
Yes, yeah, it was
Nice
unique
place.
experience.
It's cute.
That is a word for it. It's on the building. So we're heading to the docks, and our friend in the other boat, told us that talking cats run the docks. Are these like cats that talk, or are they tabaxi?
I know they're
they
just like have you ever seen been in a house or had one yourself, just a house cat?
I have not, but we did go to the cat diner.
The cafe, yes.
bar.
So yeah, it's like them. Except
Except they,
well, I mean, cats in the diner in the cafe might talk too. We don't really know, but might just not say anything, At least that's what I thought when I went there. I went there a couple of times, dates, and
interesting.
I always suspected that they could talk, but I never got one to. So, yeah, it's like those. Except they're on the dock and they talk. And running the dock is a little, kind of like let the boat glide a bit. They run certain parts of the dock, I guess. But not the entire dock. You still have regular,
Yeah. I imagine
folks
it's
like
hard
you and
with
me.
Their little toe beans. That's a little hard to pick up things.
toe beans. You'll kind of start rolling again.
Isn't that? He'll turn to Pyxrin. Isn't that what cat paws are called?
Oh, cat paws. Got it.
Toe beans.
That's a. I'll kind
I
of give
heard
you a
that,
weird,
so-
look. Like that's a weird way of saying it, but okay.
Best way.
Wait.
Game?
Does your kind eat cat paws? Like as beans?
No. Well,
Oh,
no.
Okay.
I never have.
I mean,
don't
I
think Others of my
don't know.
kind
You're
have,
probably
but
the first. I mean, you're not the first bugbear I've seen, but you're for the first bugbear I've talked to. So
That's perfectly. That's common. So have you seen bugbears here? Is that what-
off and on in the city. I think there's a tribe of them up north. I think small. At least that's what one bugbear told me once. But that was a couple years ago. So whether they're still there or not, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you'll find us all sorts of places.
Yeah.
So have you ever been to any other planes?
No, just here. Talked to many that have been though. So the benefits of working in this job.
I'm sure. So I guess you see a lot of things. Have you noticed any?
The boat will kind of come to a stop as another boat kind of passes in front. Just kind of traffic, He'll say that to you, traffic.
Have you well, it's like I imagine it's like that lull and splash pad where you bump.
Oh yeah.
So, have you happened to see any mouse folk, like a friend here around?
I haven't had any on my boat. No. I'll see him from time to time, but I haven't seen any the past couple, few days probably.
I'm sorry, I never asked your name. What's your name?
You would ask a name, wouldn't you?
Because it's polite.
Damn you. Norzos.
How do you spell that?
From the DM. Norzos.
See, of course, that'd be the one I would have spelled correctly the first time.
And you are? Have your name?
Um,
Since you have mine?
My name's Gerbil.
How do you spell it?
It's good to meet you, Durable.
Uh,
and he'll give you a wink.
I don't know.
No, doesn't know how to spell his name.
So, y'all in the city long?
I don't think we really know.
I mean, have we been? We've been in here overnight. Just arrived yesterday.
Are you asking me if you've been in here long? What do you...
No, I mean, no.
Okay.
We've been here a little bit. We don't know how long we're staying. You know, it's a big city.
Yeah, that it is.
You know, a lot different than, we passed a bit of the slaughter glades coming here. A lot different place,
Yeah, I haven't went to the Slaughter Glades that much, but I've heard quite the place. Yeah.
It's almost like a different world here,
I'm
This
sure I've heard
city's
it's
thriving.
pretty hot. I tend to stay towards the water, so that's pretty much here.
Right. I also heard about a floating ocean, like in the mountains, kind of.
Oh, you're probably talking about coming up into the altar from the south. That's
Yeah.
where that connects into this water.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It leads up to where my people mostly live. And then we just run these boats for work, Use the city that's surrounding us full of people that we don't usually interact with Tritons. So,
It sounds like a very interesting, place. Floating ocean. Do these canals just go straight there? Or
yeah, we don't really drive the canals there. The canals pretty much stay around the city, but you can swim in that water. It's not there's not a lot of it floating that kind of leads into. It's more like a entryway into the waters here.
Oh, that's very interesting. We have a friend on the other boat who would be very interested to know more about it. She's a fan of oceans. I
Oh.
think.
Got it. Yeah.
She was very happy to see these boats in the water.
Well, if you're planning on staying dim glimped, taking the sights while you can. I mean, of the boats in the water. There's not that much ocean. I mean, not that I know of. I mean, maybe, but I haven't heard of anything, and I've been alive for a bit now. 23.
So for somebody who's been passing through town,
Yeah.
if you had to say, well, if you're an altar, there's the one thing you have to check out is what's that? What would that be?
Well, I guess if you like buying stuff, the auction house is one place to go. I mean, there's not a lot of you have the main market in the center of town with there's an open chapel there, so you can go and worship whatever you want. I mean, talking to us Triton folk, that's going to be probably an experience. There's not a lot of crazy things in the altar. It's more that it's just a huge city with a lot of people and a lot of shopping to do. You have the cat docks, or the docks where the cats are that you've already mentioned. There's the markets in the underground area that are more kind of, I have heard if you like fighting, there's a bit of an underground fighting area down there too. So there's always a bouncer outside the door, so you can just talk to them, get signed up, and get some fighting done.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess, let's see if you would have heard of... Nope. Okay. Yeah, you can find all sorts of things. There's some weird other markets. I like a little fun, I tend to kind of stay in the lower area of the city more than the upper area. But, there's some interesting shops down there, too, that sell weird stuff.
Okay. See a lot of, just seems a little slightly out of place in this city. People with hooded robes walking around. Are they with the open air temple or?
Boat starts kind of slowing down as you're getting towards the dock area. Hooded robes. I don't really. He starts kind of like.
I couldn't help but notice a couple as we were going along here.
Starts kind of docking in. I don't know. I guess I've seen a couple people with hoods on, but I just assume that it's a lifestyle thing.
Oh, yeah, could
You know?
be. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So we're here, and as the two boats that kind of start pulling up to this dock area, you'll start seeing that as the docks kind of open up into a bigger water area. You can probably see the end of it, which is why I'm not saying that it's like an ocean. More like a very, very large lake, probably, more or less, is what it's like. You start pulling up to these docks, looking a little, like, hazy, kind of, as you're getting closer to the dock area. There's not huge docks there, especially for people like Juniper or anyone else who's been to a few dock cities, or major port cities, I guess. Like, these docks are small. Like, they're not huge. You don't have any huge boats here. It's mostly for smaller boats. So you'll see a couple of smaller boats kind of parked at a couple of the, kind of pulled up to a couple of the docks. A few things being loaded in and loaded out. And you'll see some, different people kind of carrying crates and stuff to the docks and away from the docks onto carts and pulling them out. And you'll also see quite a few cats. Of course, not really helping in any of this, but more or less kind of standing around, talking amongst each other, as well as to some people who are carrying crates and stuff, and then they'll turn and kind of start walking off in another direction. But yeah, so Juniper, as you're pulling up to the docks, probably whatever you had in your mind, probably this is a lot smaller than what you like were imagining in your head when you were like, docks, ships.
Yeah.
Like, this is like one of the smallest ports you've seen, probably.
I think my whole heart stealer would take up the entire dock here.
But there are a bunch of smaller boats like the gondola. So many words were coming through my head. Granola. And I was like, nope.
No, the gondoliers,
Nope. The
oatmeal.
There's a lot of the small boats that you've been traveling on docked, like all kinds of them, kind of pulling in, pulling out. So it seems to be a docking area mostly for them, but also for a couple of small boats as well that seem to be carrying some shipment. And you'll see a lot of tritons in this area too, kind of talking amongst themselves, drinking some coffee. There's a little coffee stand set up. They're also selling, like, selling food as well. Oh, we're here. Welcome to the docks.
Thank you. Thank you for that I'll pay,
Juniper, was there anything that you wanted to do before you got to the dock area?
Oh, yeah.
since you were
On your
on the ship
15-minute
with,
boat ride?
with on your 15-minute boat ride? What were you up to during that time?
Nothing I want to repeat to you all. No.
Okay.
No, she's
Well,
just staring into her coffee cup.
Sure.
We lost Gerbil. Okay. Just telling Dradea about Davenport, but usually just like trailing off when she makes too much eye contact. And that she didn't remember being like this until she got to Dimfland. This city does, well, this whole plane does strange things.
Dradea is a very interesting conversationalist. She is not a very good listener.
Sure.
So, like, she will, like, sit there and, like, look at you as you're talking and then immediately kind of follow up with her own story. Like, a like experience that's kind of similar, but not really.
Doesn't mean she's not a good listener. She just likes to relate. I will justify my way through this and act as interested as possible.
But so it kind of like feels like kind of a circle conversation of like, she'll tell a story, you'll tell a story, she'll tell a story.
And then every time it gets to a stalemate, Kazeel will speak up and try and get them going again.
Right, exactly. Kazeel's there to kind of bridge that gap. Rhaenyra will kind of like try to like enter into the conversation with his own points, but then probably just end up stuttering through it and then just kind of give up. And then even at one point you'll see like Rhaenyra is like starts to say something and Kazeel will just like pat him on the shoulder and just be like,
yeah,
give it time.
She'll just ask same kind of questions about locations in the city, so as that to have the same information.
Yeah. Like to the Triton that's running your boat too.
You said they're wearing leathers. Can you?
Yes.
I mean, actual clothing.
Yeah. Just like actual everyday clothing, leathers, some other fabrics.
Important. Okay.
Yeah.
Single loincloth.
Yeah.
I need to know.
She seems very quiet, so I mean, but if
Okay.
you speak to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think during one of those large circles in the conversation, she'll see if she has any more success with the Triton.
Okay. Just like asking them about places around the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We spent so much time outside. There's been monsters everywhere.
Sure.
We stayed at this lovely, cute Lord Inn.
Cute Lord's Inn. Mm-hmm.
Cute Lord's Inn. And clutching her new coffee cup.
Okay.
Is there where do the sailors go? We're going to a dock, right? So where do they go after shift?
They they usually just, you're talking about us sailors, like driving the boats or
Yes.
people, okay. Hanging around the dock, then usually, we'll chat there and then we'll head down to our homes, under the water.
So no watering hole where you go and, work off some steam or share stories.
There's a small bar around that's there at the dock area. Can't miss it.
Okay. She's just gonna.
And then she'll kind of like look back at Rhaenyra and Kazeel and kind of seem to kind of take in the group in the boat. Do you like books?
What?
I do. Rhaenyra speaks out. There's a library that some new person came in and is starting a library up in the northeast corner of the town. So if you're interested, you might want to check there. I'm not sure how far she's gotten. I mean, it's only been a couple of weeks, but I think that she's working up there. Does that seem interesting to you, or no? What are you looking for, I guess? You seem to want information. I don't really know what you're aiming at.
Junie's looking to Kazeel, but, well, we've got some missing friends. And...
Are the mages?
Possibly. Didn't ask.
Gotcha.
Is that common for mages to go missing?
I've seen a couple of, if you look at there's a board up in the tavern at the dock that, has, I've seen a couple of names on it, missing people. So, might want to look there, I guess. The place is called the Armed Yam.
That, yeah, seems about right for a sailor bar to have a ridiculous name.
Ridiculous. I mean, it seems pretty okay to me. But, I mean, you're the visitor. I'm sorry. I get a little focused and it's the end of my shift, so sorry if I'm coming off a little harsh to you. I'm just a little tired. But yeah, check there. You might find something about mice. I haven't had any mice in my boat probably for a week. Had about 4 of them, I think, about a week ago.
Just trying so hard to remember. I just remember vampire stories.
Vampires. Are you interested in vampires?
To be very careful how I answer this. One of our friends is very interested in vampires.
Gotcha.
But I wouldn't say I personally am, no.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unless, I mean, there's not vampires here, is there?
I mean, there could be. There's all kinds of people in the altar.
Boat stopped, right? Boat stopped.
Yeah. You would say you're pulling. Well, no, I mean this hasn't lasted as long as Dribble's conversation yet. So you're still. The boat will kind of come. Like there's a couple times where it kind of like slows down to let other boats pass, but and she'll kind of nod to them as they pass. So that's all you need to know. No.
Yes, they shouldn't. I'm just following them. I don't. Theo, Manarius.
This is what happens when you get in the boat with no other playing party members.
No. Sorry. No, I'm sure that they would want me to ask something, but nope.
Okay.
I got mine.
All right. Well, you might want to sit down in case we get in any turbulence. Just take a seat, and I'll just continue rowing here. Okay.
Splash Mountain.
Put your hands and arms inside of the boat at all times. All right.
Is your squirrel still on your arms?
Yes. Oh yeah, Blackberry. He's
Yeah, your squirrel is holding on tight to you,
Yeah.
Juniper. Yeah.
Okay. She's just. It's
Um,
okay, buddy.
let's just go ahead and just do that then. Yeah, same with Garnet and your did you name your griffin, Gerbil?
Not yet.
Okay. Same with your
How many?
griffin too. They seem very kind of clingy. They don't really like this boat stuff. All right, so the 2 boats kind of pull up to the docks. As you get off, your boat person, Gerbil, Teagan, and Pyxrin will kind of, wait for you to get off safely. Well, maybe I'll see you around the city.
Right. Do we need to pay you
Oh, that's right. You should pay. You know what? First time, it's on me.
Oh. Okay.
Teagan will tip him a gold.
Okay, thank you. That's because your DM did not figure out pricing right now, so. And he'll kind of like nod towards. He'll nod towards the one guiding your boat, Juniper, and she'll actually like dock the boat and get off the boat too, and kind of nod towards her and be like, "I'll take care of their ride." Okay.
Oh,
Y'all work for the city?
In a way, yeah.
Y'all get paid for it?
Yeah. I mean, no, we get paid. You're supposed to pay for the ride, but usually depends on where you're going. Usually to the docks, it's about like 8 silver.
How do y'all live on that?
Well, we do several boat rides a day. Dock's probably one of the closest ones to where you were leaving. So, I mean, the fare can go anywhere up to a gold and a half.
Okay, so you said that you spent all your life here, right? Like,
Yeah.
pretty much your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all been doing this the entire time that y'all have lived here?
The Tritons, yes. I mean, I've usually don't start doing this work until, we're at least teenagers. I started about 4 years ago. I was a little bit late. I was doing some other work in the city, but Tritons, yes, have been. There have been canals in the city. That's how the city was built. Eventually, that's how they decided to build it. It was built up. If you were to go underwater right now, out there, and swim under, it goes down pretty deep, and you'll see parts of the city where they built up from the inside out. So they had a crater of sorts that they were building the city into, and they just kept kind of building on top. So there are several layers. A lot of the layers aren't used anymore. But they just kept building up until they got the city that they wanted. Or at least that's what I've been told.
Do you know how long your families have lived here?
I mean, the plane itself isn't that, from what I've read in history books from other places, isn't that old. So probably the entire existence of the plane. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's see if you would, yeah. There are some that say that, like, hypothesize that even though this plane was created just 100 or 2 years ago, that the plane wasn't created then, that it was always here, and that it was just accessed. So say our people could have been here before, but that history is lost.
Well, sometime we'll have to come back and I'll have to show you around and take you back to my plane. And
Oh. Yeah, that would be interesting. What plane are you from? Do you have a name for it?
I had a brain fart. Melissa had a brain fart.
I mean, it's just called like,
Material?
yeah. Oh.
Material?
Oh, got it. So the
One
like the main thing, the
Main.
main plane.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
In Maine.
It's where most
Stays
of
family
the
on point.
visitors come from
Yes.
here in the city. So makes sense. Never been. I'm sure it's interesting. Do you have water there?
Oh, no, there's lots of water. I mean, what was that? Actually, no, Juniper was sick and like passed out there. Never mind. I was going to talk about that coast town, but Juniper was passed out.
Oh,
so-
Echo. I would say that you're hearing this too, Juniper, because the boats have docked and you're kind of getting off at this point, so. That's interesting. More water than this?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's. I would say, our plane's mostly water.
Best part of it is water. She's gonna kind of sidle up next to Gerbil.
I guess, if you don't believe, for those that, it's kind of mixed with my people. Some of the older, some generations believe that we've always been here. Others believe those that say that we came over from your plane, supposedly. I think, I don't know, I'd have to ask. I don't remember where it was that I was told, but I think it was a place called Oz, or just off the coast of there.
Oz. Bird.
In.
Mm-hmm.
Osbergen.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Osbergen. Osbergen?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah.
Have you been to Davenport?
Davin. No, I've
for it?
never been myself to the material plane.
No.
Only been here.
No. Do you want to leave?
I guess the altar has everything I want. Not really. I mean, it'd be interesting, I guess, if anything. But I'd probably want to come back here since this is where my people are.
You could drive a much bigger boat if you weren't here. Much bigger. Lots of tridents.
I like my little boat, but I'm not sure I'd feel a little intimidated on the bigger ones, I think.
Mm-hmm. Everybody thinks that.
Feel like I'm overcompensating for something.
Oh, I'm sure you're just fine.
Oh, I am, but
She's like, coffee. The other Triton, I didn't catch her name. She was a little tired getting off shift. I think she was done with my company. Mentioned a place.
that's Onion.
Onion? What's
Yes.
her name?
Onion.
Okay. She mentioned the Armed Yam. The Armed
Yeah,
Armed
and he'll kind of
Yam.
point past this kind of like this small kind of coffee sandwich shop that's kind of set up almost like a little like gondola, yeah, of sorts, little house of sorts, and then he'll point past that, and you'll see, kind of starting off into the town area, you'll see this kind of dark-looking bar that's made like with dark wood. And has some a couple of like openings on the front and the door. So there are some tritons kind of hanging out front. It has like an outdoor bar area to the side that you have few people at, but there's also an inside space as well.
Wearing masks. Let's see. And to look at Teagan and Gerbil, and just kind of looking at Dradea, but then just, kind of jumps over. Onion mentioned that the Armed Yam, I don't know what's wrong with the name, has a board there with names of missing people, maybe missing mice. I'm not sure what you all are looking for here, but I always find, when in doubt, go find sailors. And this isn't much of a dock, but maybe they talk to people all day. They usually know stuff. Or the board might know something. So, gonna refill this coffee cup and figure out where you want to go. Just kind of look at see if she can see if Onion already disappeared, or she's.
Make a perception check for me, please.
All right.
She's already wasted in the air. Even though it's like 10 in the morning.
12.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking. There's quite a few tritons, especially around the bar area,
Oh, no.
and walking around the port area. You don't see. You see people that could be Onion, but no one. You don't see her specifically.
I'm usually much better at remembering how they walk away. Okay. Well, you said, it's all Kazeel. He's got me all thrown off here. Okay, well.
Because you'll stay back with Dradea. It's like just talking you up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because he's definitely talking Juniper up to Dradea off to the side.
God. Yeah, so Junie's just gonna, wait for you all to come up with a destination. She's here for the boat ride, and she's gonna go get a coffee because that's her new favorite thing that she apparently never had until she got here.
Yeah, I definitely see some cats kind of walking around you, within feet of you even.
Oh, Blackberry, be careful. I'm just gonna kind of poke him in her horns, make sure he's paying attention.
Not paying attention. Well, and even like as you poke him, you go to poke him, he's already getting on your shoulder and kind of like looking at the cats, like kind of hanging off.
Hold on, just gonna grab his little tail.
Kind of squeak at you a couple of times.
It's all right, buddy. It's okay. They will eat you. Okay, you remember? Remember that time in Davenport?
Climb on top of your head and just start squeaking at you on top of your head, like
on,
in protest.
I told you that. Now, remember what I said. Not all cats are friends to you, baby. Let's go get some coffee. Come on. Come on. It was a raccoon. Go. Okay.
Juniper will thank Norzos. And
I am, man.
We'll see you around. Thank you for the ride.
Absolutely. Won't be free next time, but yeah.
Of course.
Oh, no. Was I supposed to? Oh, no. Okay. Junie's going to walk a little faster.
Anyan hates everybody. Juniper will turn around and look for the cat in charge.
Okay. All right. Make a perception check, Gerbil. To see if you can see if looks like an in-charge cat.
Just spend half the episode talking to a cat. It's a normal cat. I just know it.
Please.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I just start talking to a picture of a cat on a wall.
Okay. Yeah, you look around, there's several cats of different shapes and sizes and colors like walking around with the tritons and with a couple of other folks as well. Mixed in. A little bit of a fog here on the docks, rolling in from the water. The sky looks a little bit reddish, kind of like on the horizon. You can't really tell if there's a cat in charge. Like, they all kind of look very, how cats look like they're all, like, in charge. I will say, make us just Gerbil and Teagan. And I guess I'll go ahead and roll for Pyxrin. Make a separate perception check for me, please. Ooh. Okay.
Being bold using the same thing.
7.
12.
Okay. 7 and 12? Okay.
Together,
What's your
Make-
what's your
19?
passive, Gerbil?
50.
I remember Teagan's.
my passive is 12. Yeah.
Is 12? Okay. We're going to say Teagan, and Pyxrin will notice this too, because I rolled for her. Teagan, as you're looking around the docks, and you're kind of looking at Gerbil, kind of like looking at these cats, and Kaziel's over there talking to, you know, chatting up Dradea and kind of like motioning towards Juniper at times. And Juniper's like heading towards the bar. You kind of look across the docks and you think that you see, you're pretty sure that you see a familiar face. Allie. And that's when we'll go to bio break. So for those
Secrets.
watching,
These
take
are
a 10-minute.
Allie was
We-
Tower of Dreams. What are you talking about?
No,
No, Allie, our original from Baryn, our original task giver.
we take a 10-minute bio break. It might have been
His
Alan,
name was
but
Allie?
yeah, it was something like that. 10-minute bio break. So stay
Alec.
tuned. Alec. Okay, that's it. Stay tuned. Stop in. You know, come back. Anyways, we'll see you in a bit. All right. Bye. Yeah, it was Alec. Sorry, Gerbil.
Okay. I was only his bodyguard for like 1 month.
Wow.
So,
So-
only
such-
part of my backstory.
We just went to break,
Okay.
Pyxrin. But I will say that I rolled for you, and you did notice on the docks, Alec, Regina's brother.
Main quest giver. Who we get. Did we run into him earlier or something? The session I missed?
Yeah, I think Kaziel went into him on a horse.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed Melissa's sweatshirt. And it's up.
Yeah. Back when we had a shop. Trying to work on it.
Yeah.
We're trying to work on it again, but
Darn shop. Yeah.
oh, let me pause that so it doesn't interfere with the other music.
Seriously, shook my foot up his ass.
Mm-mm-mm.
My dad.
Oh no.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to have the kids down here with me.
Yeah.
And I'm having to pay for a sitter and all this other stuff, which is fine, but
Yeah.
I have blown up at my dad a couple of times already
Oh no.
because he will not stop micromanaging my parenting. He's never raised
Oh.
me. And so, and that's the one thing that I put my foot down on.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, last night, oh yeah, it was last night. I was walking up the stairs and I yelled back, "Shut the fuck up." He's in his 50s, so like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you, but literally,
Yeah.
I love you because,
Yeah. Yeah. Understandable.
it's not my problem if you don't know how to deal with your whatever, or you're trying to like better than me. It's like, I got this. I'm literally standing right here. Leave me alone. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been dealing with them this entire time. Like, you know how to handle them.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'm sure I have it.
Hungry.
I found some white chocolate hot cocoa earlier.
Oh, that sounds good. I have all kinds of like stuff to snack on. I'm just trying not to after like 9:30 or 10.
Yeah. Yeah, good call.
But I might have to because I think I threw off my eating schedule today.
Oops. Oh yeah, you had your game day, right?
Yeah, bingo at the house.
Did anybody bring anything you could eat?
Well, I just fixed food before now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was like a couple of like salads with like milk in them, you know, and stuff that brought him acid reflux. And then we had hamburgers, which also brought us acid reflux.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, hamburger buns, which I could have gotten on my gluten-free bread that I had delivered the other day, but
Your contraband gluten-free bread.
my contraband.
They don't know about.
Well, it's in the freezer. They've seen it, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So, yeah, I just fixed food beforehand. And just ate some watermelon and some chips
Nice.
and a slice of strawberry pie.
Strawberry pie? Like, just strawberry filling?
Oh, have you never had like strawberry pie? It's just like, it's like you
Shortcake?
you do have to take like yeah, I mean maybe no.
Is it
maybe it's a
strawberry shortcake? No?
I don't think it's called a.
Okay. So it's just a West Virginia thing? I already have peanut butter pie on the agenda.
I mean, no, yeah, it's not shortcake. It's like it's all strawberries. Like it's like you take
It's
like
not a pie.
I don't know exactly how you make it because I'm not
Okay.
like a baker or like a maker. I make things out of
Yeah.
mixes, but there's like a gelatin, like a strawberry gelatin that you make that usually takes like sugar and other things, but they put sugar-free stuff in it, of course,
Okay.
because we all have diabetes. But then they ate candy, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know how yeah. And
That's not to...
so, and then that kind of holds the strawberries. Oh, no, that's completely fine, Melissa. That's okay. You've had a long day.
Well, I've been up. I'm up at 6
Yeah.
every morning, so
Yeah, no worries.
I don't mind starting earlier and ending early for the outside jobs and everything.
Yeah.
And spending more time, even with the coffee, like staying awake and I'm like, I want to freaking play because I haven't played in a couple weeks. So
Yeah.
it's just like,
It's okay.
but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But she would do that.
Okay. Okay. All right.
She doesn't start a fight, but who knows?
Okay. All right.
I don't know if I'll still be in chat, but I gotta get them settled down first.
Sure.
and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
fine. That's fine. Do what you need to do. Liked having you here for a bit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
All right, Melissa. Good night. Bye. Alright, I'm gonna try to, I guess, is join on Zoom on my phone. I'm gonna try and so I don't have to reset the cameras completely. Is that set to loop? Please say yes. So, yeah. Oh yeah, strawberry pie. So okay, let me just see if I can find a link.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Find one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is probably this is fine. I mean, the one that we had was a little bit more strawberry packed, I felt like, but I'm gonna put it in the Zoom chat.
Strawberry packed. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like gelatin, and then you have a lot of strawberries with a crust.
What?
You've never had this before?
No.
Maybe it's a southern thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Is
you want
strawberry
peanut
pie?
butter?
Is strawberry pie a southern thing, Jonathan? Or is it a northeast thing? Like what? Frank, have you ever had strawberry pie?
I've never had it, but I feel like it's something like the southern of the United States.
The southern people.
I
Of the
I
southern
mean-
Shire.
said that really weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bit.
All right, let me go
I
ahead.
actually, I don't know, the more I look at it, I feel like I've seen that at some like gathering.
Okay, I'm gonna plug in my phone so it doesn't die while the video's going, and then go to the bathroom real quick and be back.
Okay. Yeah, I should probably.
Because they did,
Yeah. I It's okay. We can still get in a fight, which is the three of us.
Okay, taking back to my session 1 notes to remember everything I can about Alec. Back to the first time.
Okay.
I was I don't know.
You know who a week longer?
Alec.
Oh, yeah.
For a week.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna X out of this one.
I think I did finish it once. But the main reason I got Chinese
Oh, yeah.
because before I was born, someone in my didn't bought like a stuffed animal of the show bear mascot, and he still has it. And it's like
Okay, alright, hurry.
Important bio break stuff.
God. Jeez.
Ah. Okay.
What?
Music. Oh yeah, don't forget our music. Oh my goodness.
we haven't set up in the guest room.
What is it? Let me hold it up again. Just a teddy bear? Oh, a Shoney's bear. It's a Shoney's bear. Yeah.
What's Shoney's?
Shoney's is a mostly southern restaurant, or southeast. Yeah.
I mean, these
Alright.
people recognizable if we still had his friend Shoney's shirt. For some reason, the shirt disappeared.
Oh, for
But
sure.
his pants.
Now, if you really,
That's-
if you really want to get like Big Boy is another like southern southeast
What?
Big Boy restaurants. You don't have you never had any Big Boy restaurants there?
Nope.
I don't think I've seen. I mean, I know of them.
I don't know if they're even around anymore.
There was.
Hey, Sho-chan.
Oh yeah, they are. I mean, they have a website, so I guess they're somewhere.
There was this one place. It wasn't a franchise. It was a local place, but my grandpa and my mom loved it, and they like always went to it
Okay,
in
so
their childhood.
it's not a southeast thing. It's actually like most of the ones now are in Michigan
Oh.
or in Southern California. There's
Yeah.
one north of Las Vegas.
Huh.
Oh, around Los Angeles they have some. Weird. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Important stuff that we're talking about here behind the Forsaken "We'll be back soon" screen. So we're gonna
Sure.
jump right back into there.
Okay. And our music.
Shoney's.
So in 3, 2, everyone. Start the music back up. Okay.
Strawberry pie.
All right, let me turn off that camera there. And we'll be good to go. All right. So yeah, y'all so let's see here. Stephanie cannot multitask. This proves it. All right. So unfortunately for those watching Pyxrin, Melissa had to leave for the second half. So it is just the four of us. We are the champions.
We got this.
And of course, Dan
Dan
is out tonight and Joe's at Disney World. So
Lucky bastard.
I know.
I don't have any sympathy for him.
I know. No
I mean,
sympathy
no.
whatsoever.
I pitched Mad Bird Live from Disney.
you
It didn't happen. So
I'm
I'm saying it live, so we have it on record.
You're saying it live.
Mad Bird Live, Disney. It's gonna happen at some point. Hopefully, maybe.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Oh. And we already have Splash Mountain here today, so we're good.
Yeah, we're fine. We're good. We can get that Disney sponsorship. Okay. So yeah.
Not after
So
that art.
Pyxrin actually leans over to you, Jurple, and will kind of motion across the docks at a very familiar face that seems to be dealing with a large crate and talking to a Triton there. The Triton kind of opens up the crate and looks inside. It is Alec, Regina's brother that you worked for. That you all kind of worked for at some, well,
Yeah.
the three of you worked for at some time.
And I forget.
Two. Well, three.
Did the group run into him in
It was just Kazeel.
Just
Oh, it was
Kazeel in
Kazeel.
Relax?
Kazeel ran into him outside of Fairweather.
I could have sworn there was like another episode in like Burlesque when you guys went back to Burlesque.
Not
No,
that I can think of.
not that I remember. Not running into Alec.
Anyway,
Because I could have sworn we had somebody at least tell him
don't.
what happened.
We did. Yeah. I don't remember, Jonathan. So you can sit here and wonder and hypothesize.
okay,
I don't know. I don't remember that happening.
Well, maybe that does
Such a-
he know or not? Or
I don't think that he does. I don't think that we ran into him in Burlesque. It was outside of Fairweather, and Kazeel talked to him. Kazeel and someone else.
and it was before things went
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
Could have sworn we had someone at least tell him.
No.
It's gonna be you.
No, because y'all had the chance to go back. No, absolutely not. Y'all didn't run into Alec in Burlesque because I kept thinking they need to go back because you kept talking about going back to tell Alec what happened. You never did. The party did not go back to talk to Alec. You avoided Baryn like the plague.
I cannot wait to get
Gerbil
my coffee and watch
Was
this
ready
show.
to go back at any time.
Well,
Anyways.
Gerbil. I think Gerbil might have been the only one. The rest of them were like, nope.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, you did not run into him in Burlesque. Because I remember specifically planning for y'all to go back to talk to Alec, and did not happen. You're probably remembering like y'all talking about it, because y'all talked about it a lot going back to talk to Alec, and you never did.
Okay. There was... Yeah, I missed a lot that one episode you guys went back to Burlesque for like a day for a session.
Yeah, no, that it didn't happen then.
Okay. Bullshit.
Yeah, Teagan would grab Gerbil and take him aside and say, "Yeah, that's Alec." But I know one thing for sure: we shouldn't talk to him with Dradea being here.
We're
Dradea's over at the coffee shop stand getting a coffee and a sandwich.
Do you want to run over, or you want me to run over?
I mean, I technically worked for him longer. Guess it. Yeah. Yeah, just,
I'll keep
go
an eye on
talk
it.
to
Yeah.
go talk to cats and or go to the yam place. I don't know. Okay. Shit. Okay. Just I'm not gonna lie to him. Okay.
No, I don't want.
Okay.
We've
Just
copped
making
to
sure.
it. I mean, you know.
Okay. He probably. I don't know. If I. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, tell him everything.
And Gerbil's just gonna go.
Okay. All right.
Just. Well, he's gonna casually kind of act like he's like.
As
looking
you
at stuff.
approach, Alec is pretty intense in conversation with this Triton about this crate. It's a pretty large crate. And you'll see the Triton again kind of like look inside, kind of pick up something and hold it up. Make a perception check, Gerbil, as you're walking up closer to this transaction.
Can I inherit Pyxrin's inspiration if I roll? Oh no, I don't need it.
Okay.
19.
All right. You see the Triton kind of hold up one, and it's a it's like a glass. It's a small glass vial, filled with something.
A sandy
Oh, it's-
something.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It looks like it's like rocks or something inside, small rocks. And as you get closer, because you're walking right up to them, Gerbil.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of casually gonna. Like,
Okay.
as
As you
opposed-
get closer, the Alec will kind of turn and kind of meet your eyes, and the Triton will kind of follow his gaze and quickly put like the thing back in the box and put the lid onto the crate. Gerbil, right? Hey.
Yeah, Alec. Hey.
He'll kind of like
been a-
step over to you and has this confused look on his face and will shake your hand.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yes,
Right.
it has.
It's
And he'll kind of look past
Yeah.
you and kind of he'll see you, Teagan. Unless you're hiding. Are you hiding,
No.
Teagan? Okay. He'll see you, Teagan, and kind of look over and like the rest of them. And
Renarius just wait.
do you want to? Yeah, that's a Renarius thing to do. Do you want to sit down and have a drink at the bar? We can talk.
I forget. Did we say that? Dradea.
Dradea is now like has like went and stood by Juniper and is holding like a coffee and a croissant and is like offering her part of it. Kind of like as she's like mindlessly like watching you like interact with Alec and like drinking the coffee and like offering like half of it to Juniper without like taking her eyes
she's
off
watching.
of you. Yeah.
She's already
Yeah.
watching. Okay.
Yeah. Chewing.
Yeah. I mean, you seem to be in the middle of something. I didn't.
He'll
to
kind of look
interrupt,
back to the
but-
Triton. I think that we're settled here. Yes. Good man.
What is Alec wearing?
Alec is wearing kind of something is similar to what you saw him in before. He's not wearing the headdress this time, but just some very like colorful clothing, regular linens. Yeah.
Not dark hair, green cloak. Okay.
No, not dark hair, green cloak. And we'll shake the Triton's hand that he was dealing with, as the Triton kind of like picks up the crate with and with surprising strength, and we'll carry it kind of bow-legged over to one of the ships. Well, and you'll see kind of Alec kind of check a bag that he's holding and kind of put it into his pocket like a coin purse almost. Well, let's go, shall we?
All right. Yes. Yeah. After you.
And Alec will lead the way to the tavern, the Armed Yam. And yeah, is everyone following him in? Juniper, are you following the group into the tavern? I would say that Dradea would probably just follow automatically.
Gosh, now she's a good.
No.
I was going to say Teagan was going to try to keep them at the coffee shop, but
Yeah.
Well, she had already left the coffee shop and was standing by Juniper, like watching the conversation. So then, as soon as Alec and Gerbil would have started walking towards the tavern, she just immediately like turned away from you, Juniper. Like you could have been in mid sentence, and she would just turn, and just started walking.
Such betrayal.
Junie's just gonna look at Teagan.
Teagan's going to be like, delay her if you can.
Today, hold
She's
on.
walking very purposefully towards the tavern.
Hold on, I saw someone in a green cloak. Wait,
We'll get in a second, Juniper.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I love
Takes
you.
a bite of her croissant and continues into the tavern.
I love you.
Yeah. So Teagan, you see this happening, just like,
It's a train wreck. It's a train wreck.
So yeah,
Oh God, Junie's just, when she sees Dradea is not stopping. She's just, she just runs out of fuel. She's just kind of like plodding, horns down.
Aww.
Blackberry is like struggling to hold on to her horns because she's,
Yeah.
Oh, where are they? Oh, I took
They
them
start
off.
like chittering at you.
Where'd they go? Oh, they're over there.
Your
Okay.
horns are gone.
Yeah, I took them off a break. Well, I can't go in there now. There's like, she's gonna go. She's gonna. She's pacing. Yeah.
She just jumps in the water.
Yeah, she just kind of stops her pursuit, and there's a lesson here, Junie. There's a lesson here. Don't waste your time.
No.
Oh.
So yeah, she's
Not worth it, Judy. She's not worth it.
she's got her coffee that's half finished and like crumbs from that croissant that she
Yeah.
just just staring off into looking off towards the docks.
Teagan, what are you doing?
Trying to catch up.
Okay.
And, oh, brother. How the heck would it? The Dradea. See if she stops.
She does not stop. She keeps
Well,
walking.
I'll keep going. But if I catch up to her, I'm going to ask her, what do you think of my cloak?
She keeps walking
Oh gosh.
just past you. Hey, Teagan, not now,
By
okay?
her determination.
Not now. And by this time, I would say she's gotten to the tavern. Like, and so Gerbil so Gerbil, you walk in with Alec, and I'd say Kazeel, of course, Zephyr like tags behind us. Probably will like walk up to you, Juniper, and like just stand beside you, just like holding his sword in his hand, his long sword down by his side.
Just walking around.
Yeah.
Just
And
look at the
Kazeel and Pyxrin would, of course, follow Gerbil and Alec into the tavern. As you step in, there's a couple of Tritons kind of standing outside, and you'll pass one kind of coming out as well. Inside, mostly Tritons. There's a couple of other races in there as well, but mostly Tritons in here. You'll see a couple of cats even walk in and out, but they're not like sitting at the tables. It's more or less like you'll see one walk up to the counter and like to the bar area, and the bartender will come out and give something and then like take like a coin purse off of their neck and like take a coin out as they give them like a bowl of something.
You mean there's not a milk bar?
Yeah, there are several Tritons in here. It's pretty packed. It seems to be kind of like an off time for, for them, like probably like around lunchtime. But they'll be kind of steadily going in and out of the place. But we'll say that there's a couple of empty tables that Alec will kind of take you to. One kind of in the corner. He seems to be pretty comfortable, kind of nod at people and, go back to the table and sit down and kind of scooch towards the back, making room for the rest of you.
Oh. We're all sitting together. Okay.
So please, sit down.
Oh, right, of course. How have you been? Huh. It's not, yeah.
Well,
sorry.
I mean, it is what it is. Been trying different means of business and trying to keep myself busy. Occasionally going back to the house, near Baryn, but not really staying there anymore. More or less just kind of travel where I can.
Right. Yeah, so lots happened.
So I know that a group of you were going there. Did you make it at all?
Yeah, I think last time you heard from us, you saw Kazeel here at Fairweather.
Yes.
Yeah, that we had some trouble there, but it took care of itself and got us away to Baryn.
So you did make it to Baryn.
Is Dradea like at?
Oh yeah,
the table?
Dradea's at the table. Yeah, drinking.
Okay, so there's. Okay. Yes, we were there trying to find, what you hired us for. Trying to find any signs of Regina, and I do believe we did find signs of where she was being held, and it was around that time that the city fell, and it was only by fluke that we were able to escape. And we should have checked on you, but a lot of things started happening after that. There's a lot going on, but yeah, and okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just thought
did
it
agree
just
to
hit
somebody.
me. It just hit me. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that
Yeah.
answers my question. Okay.
You're not crazy.
How much? Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting check in at least, update, report of. I just figured that you either didn't make it up there and just didn't find anything, or you made it up there and died in the fall,
Yeah.
like most did. Well, a lot.
Yeah. But we're glad to see that you're alive. I'm sure you're probably already surmised this, but we are very confident that Regina had died before the tower fell.
And why are you sure of that?
Kind of. How familiar have you been? How familiar are you with the floating cities around Bergen?
Well, I live beside one, so
Yeah.
I'm familiar that they were floating. It was suspected, of course, that there was something suspicious about it, but, or at least Regina did. I think I remember telling you that, but
Yes. Well,
did it have to do with the Drow?
sorry.
A slight reminder, Alec was suspicious of the Drow.
That's right, because the Drow were the pact. at
Yes,
the time.
that was the pact, and Regina had been talking
right.
to them. Yeah,
Sorry, connected
yeah,
the good Drow.
Yeah.
Shanad.
mm-hmm.
That was the whole story
Yeah.
that you did. All right. No. In fact, it wasn't them at all. Actually, we found out more through our run-ins at Fairweather and everything. The way each city, as far as we know, we've seen, was floating, has been going about it in different ways, and
I see.
the way Baryn chose to do it was not exactly the humane way.
What do you mean?
When we were there, we were investigating, and our investigation ended up leading us to kind of dungeon below the city where they were using imprisoned mages as a battery of some sort to keep the city afloat, and they didn't last long, and that's where we found some of Regina's items, or just evidence of her. We did manage to save a few mages that we could, trying to find if one of them was Regina, and we didn't know what was going on. We just saw people in pain and needed rescuing, and well, you remove the power source, and there's no power.
So, you found this out how?
I think we just literally stumbled upon it, didn't we?
I mean, you found out how... How did you find out that about the power source and removing them? Did someone tell you this?
No, we found this dungeon and we opened the doors trying to find if Regina was down there, and then when we opened it up, we saw mages strapped to crystals being drained. That's what it looked like. And then we pulled them out. And then we went to the next one.
So he kind of looks around and kind of leans in a bit. So you're telling me that he kind of looks around the group. You're the reason that the city fell. That, I mean, you removed them, so that brought down the city?
Like I said before, we didn't know. We very barely cut out, but if you want to get down to it, yes. And we have admitted that fact to the Erebus Empire and the Osbergen Guard, right? That's who.
Mm. Have you been back to Baryn since all this happened? I mean, I know you didn't visit me, but did you go back to the city at all?
No, but we have heard of the unrest that has kind of taken hold.
He kind of chuckles to himself for a second. It's interesting. The Baryn is in, well, what's left of it. That's not underneath tons of rubble. Is a revolutionary city now. It's mages, mostly. That have taken up residence there. I did a bit of trading with them there at first, but proved unstable. But I've had a couple of conversations with them after it happened, and they think that the people, or whoever it was that brought the city down, did it on purpose to free them. They've been if they knew that it was just an accident, that would be irony.
don't know how sustainable Baryn's plan to keep the city aloft was. Anyways, they were effectively using people as firewood. So
it definitely saddens me. And thank you for telling me. It would have been nicer sooner. Was a bit on the thoughtless side to not stop back in. I'll be fully honest in that. But
and we are sorry for that.
so how did you escape a falling city? Did one of the mages teleport you out, or they were doing that?
It was something like
It's
that.
chaos.
I wasn't really. I was just so focused on getting people out. There was a portal. We went through it, and then we were in. And we believe we were in Burlesque.
Interesting.
We were kind of in shock and awe and a bit paranoid, thinking as we put together the pieces of what we inadvertently caused. I think you could say that we were ashamed to go back. At least I was. And then other things started happening. And then somewhere along the line, we wound up in a demi-plane, and here you are, too. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess in a way I am still doing a bit of business with them. And he'll kind of reach into his pocket and pull on the table a small glass vial with crystals inside of it.
It's the crystal that we
I
are
mean,
aware of.
it looks similar, yes. These were dug out from the ruins of the city. They seem to be growing. Or they were started growing in the, which y'all don't know because you never went to the city down below. But they started growing actually after the city, the portion of the city took off, started floating, and kept growing after it crashed. So the mages that are living and thriving, well, thriving is a strong word, but living in the city now and making it their home, or at least their base, have been digging them out and selling them through me, and I bring them here to sell for money. So, kind of the middleman once again.
So, what are these crystals exactly?
I don't know. They started growing in the crater left by the city, the part of the city that took off, and then keep growing in pieces of the crater that are still exposed.
So, you obviously don't tell me anything, but who's asking for it on this side of the plains?
I don't know. I brought a few things here, a few options, and that interested them. Or at least it interested the Tritons that I work through, and they carted off to somewhere else. I don't think they use it. I think it goes to someone else here on the plane. It's really none of my business. Not my plane. Not my problem. I have enough to worry about back home. You know, I should really stop in Baryn sometime. I think that they might be interested to hear from you, although I would keep the part about it being a mistake to yourselves. But I think if you let them know that you helped bring down the city, you might get a warm welcome to those that are living there currently.
So, the mages there are the survivors?
Some are survivors, yes. They were, some were powerful enough to teleport them out, down to the ground, and or find other ways to get down and from the city before it crashed. Or some were able to protect themselves during the crash, and they just kind of stayed. Other mages came in support, you know, to a city that put mages in such danger. Why not congregate there? A nice opposition, I guess, to, you know, that place down the ridge that was once a mage college. Well, they still are, but...
It's Fairweather, and are they fighting? Like, what's happening at Fairweather?
mysterious. Constructed some kind of tower there on the premises. But now it's gated up. Only accepting specific students. People in the city aren't really allowed to venture in and out, really.
That's questionable.
I think some people, I saw a few people coming through the valley that were coming out of Fairweather, moving. Probably to Burlesque, bigger city. Better circumstances. But who knows for long. Bugbear army is moving in quickly.
So, I imagined you came in here through. You came here through the portal.
Yeah, that leads to Zephyr, yeah.
How's that mage?
Oh, it
How'd
seems
that
to be
mage
doing
go?
well, especially since the other one has become so private. Thriving, in fact. Around good city. Trying to come up with ways of defense against, the army and Fairweather, and things are looking a little difficult in Osbergen right now, I think. I think everyone's just preparing for whatever may be next.
What do you think is next?
I have no idea, friend. That's why I started traveling more, honestly. I thought, well, if my own home's going to be a place of non-safety, then why not go on and take an adventure? I don't know. From what I can tell, there are people working with the bugbears. They seem to be... I don't know. You know, Bornheim didn't have a problem with them, it didn't seem, or something happened to where they didn't have a problem anymore.
Purple's nose starts to bleed.
It seems rather quiet over there, but they keep moving in. Fairweather, I don't know. They seem to be able to holding them off, or either the bugbears are avoiding it. Seem to be moving more east and north. Probably won't be long until they get to close to Baryn itself, so I'm not sure. Well, I'm not really sure who would win in that fight, honestly. Our friends in Baryn, or, you know, the mages there, they are angry. Rightfully so, I think. Just considering what they had to go through. But I'm not sure if they can stand up to an army of bugbears and others. As far as purpose, which is why I'm concerned, because I don't really understand, unless there's a leader behind the bugbears that just wants just to center, you know. I don't know. I don't know the purpose, I guess. What good is an entire continent to bugbears when they had a continent of their own to the west? Why?
Take it from me that sometimes bugbears don't need a reason.
It feels wasteful, though. Like, there is a reason, but you just can't see it. I don't know.
Can I? Was he purposely like putting a emphasis on something you can't quite see? Like,
I mean,
was there a meeting behind
do you
that?
want to do an insight check? Go on. Okay. I mean, it seemed pretty just like he's just talking. It's not that he was meaning anything by, he wasn't being like overly like, you just can't see it. You know, it was just more like him just kind of trailing off and just trying to find, find words, I guess. Does your group plan to stay here long? Looks around at all of you.
I don't think we are really sure yet. Like I said, there's a lot of chaos in the world right now, and it's kind of bleeding into this plane too, I think.
They do seem tied together, oddly enough.
Yeah.
It's weird how over in Osbergen you don't even know about this place, but yet they seem to know about us.
Yes.
But I guess
I've noticed that too. How long have you known about Dimgwent?
A mage friend told me about it.
Recently?
Oh, well, I mean, it's been... probably the week after Baryn landed. That's when I decided to come out here and try for some business, you know? Things from another plane might be of worth, and I showed some items to some Tritons here, and they scattered about, stayed in the city for a couple of days, and one came back extremely enthusiastic about the crystals. So I've been pretty much going back and forth since then. Mages are happy back home. And they deserve to be happy about something, so... What harm can it be done?
Well, I'm glad that you found business.
Well, you know, when all your family is gone, I guess business is all you have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could say that we're sorry again, but I mean, it's kind of meaningless at this point, I imagine.
What's past is in the past, Rubble. I'm just glad to see that, well, I mean, your group seems kind of the same. A couple of new faces. Kind of looks at Dradea. Dradea is still, like, drinking coffee.
Oh, gosh. Some newer than you might think.
But, I'm glad to have run into you. Not for the information, then at least to see some familiar faces.
Well, if you ever need me to bodyguard for you, in, like old times, you know, I don't know how exactly you could reach out to me, but
I'm sure I can find a way.
yeah.
The demiplane's not that big. And neither is
True.
Osbergen, so... Alec will kind of look at Rhaenyra's and kind of reach out and kind of take one of Rhaenyra's hands, and... I'm sorry, Rhaenyra, for your loss as well. I know you were close to Regina. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Alec will kind of like smirk a bit and nod. Well, I think I better get going. Got a portal to catch back, and stay well, friends. Okay. And if you need anything,
You too.
I'm around, but usually the mages at Baryn, which again, I suggest you stop by, would know where to find me. They usually know where I'm heading out and what port I'm going to, so. Alright.
Of course.
And you can always usually catch me here on the docks somewhere, so. If I'm not in Osbergen. Well,
Oh, I don't know how long you've been around the docks. Have you seen any missing mice?
you know, I did see some mice during my last trip, which was just 3 days, 4 days ago, I think. As I said, it's back and forth a lot. I did see some mice, yes. Not extremely. I mean, I've seen them maybe once or twice before, but as I said, I'm here a lot, and so it was definitely... they were talking to a couple of cats here, one especially Fluffy. Yeah, might want to ask around with the cats. They might know something, I would say. Polo is, like, standing on the table. Great! Thank you! You're welcome. Well, I'll take my leave. And he'll kind of give, like, a slight bow. Friends, until next time.
Till next time.
And we'll head out.
As soon as he leaves, Gerbil's just gonna just look at Dradea. Just what is she doing?
She's just drinking
staring,
her coffee and just staring at all of you, like above her coffee rim.
Juniper's just gonna just sit back down, just stare at Dradea.
That was a lot of information. Y'all have been busy. It seems.
Here and there.
Well, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna. And she kind of like slides her way out, and just starts walking quickly back, like out the front door.
Juniper's gonna be like, Teagan.
Yep. Teagan's gonna give her like maybe 15 seconds out the door, and then he's gonna go stealthily follow her.
Okay. All right. Transitioning to outside. Juniper, what have you been doing with Zephyr kind of just standing beside you?
Juniper missed that whole
Yeah,
backyard.
yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. She did. She did not partake in your confession.
And so, Zephyr's just standing there with this longsword by his side, just kind of like looking at the tavern and looking over at you, Juniper.
Yeah.
Did you even plan this out?
You know, I don't think I've ever met a Kenku I could get along with. She's
Rude.
I mean, rude, right? I'm glad we can agree on that. She's looking at the signs. She has set her empty coffee cup down like a bad sim on the ground next to Zephyr, and is just looking at the signs. She didn't get maybe quite the same roadmap from the Triton.
Things are a little weird here.
Maybe you could go why don't you go and find your friends, Zephyr? They went inside. They're looking.
Just follow me. And Zephyr will take a couple of steps and like look back at you.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I can't go in there right now.
You're dead wrong.
But yes. You just.
He just stands there and looks at you.
Zephyr, will you? Go ahead.
What were you looking at, Juniper? You said signs? Like, are you
Yeah,
looking at anything in particular, or?
Yeah, if there's a church or a temple, if there's a sign towards it, or if I can see it.
I would say that there's probably like since it's a port area, on the side of the tavern, actually, there's a wooden carved map, like on the wall.
Okay.
And it will have like a little like "you are here" marker.
Appreciates that.
With a little like red flag stuck into it. But it's a nice, like a very intricately carved wooden map of on this wall of the streets and the areas. You would see that the only temple, it looks like, is the open temple, which is pretty large, it looks like, compared to other things in the middle of the city.
Could you tell about how far from here is it?
It would look like probably about 7 streets away. It's just a little bit north from where you started out at, so it's hard to tell, since you haven't really walked the city, like how long it would take to get around everything to it.
Okay. Zephyr, will you tell them when they come out that I went to the church, the temple? Do you know what that is? Temple?
We could probably talk to him.
Right. You can tell them. You can talk to them. You tell them I went to the church. I'll be back.
Came here pregnant?
Oh, that brings back memories. Went to the church. Okay, actually, hold on. Let me look at this real quick. She's just Kankus. Let me look at this spell for a moment. What is this? Okay. She's gonna write a note. She's gonna cast illusory script. She'll find in her pocket, see if she's got a scrap. Oh, you know what? She's got Dradea's non-embroidered handkerchief that she got back at the...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's going to just write a note. And let's see, it just says, you and any creatures you designate. 10 days. I'm not seeing a range on that.
What is this again?
It's illusory script.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't
yeah.
think that there's a range for it. Let's see. 1 minute, it's touch. So you have to touch whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, so she'll just touch the parchment. And just leave a... Junie went to the temple. Don't leave without me. With a little awkward looking heart. And then she put a couple horns on it. And some water.
Jeez, okay.
Most of the half the notes just doodles. But yeah, and she's kind of decorating this handkerchief and then stops and just hands it to Zephyr. And then starts walking towards the temple based on the sign.
Okay. Let's hope this works. You'll see him just kind of turn and just kind of like holding this scroll out like this as he walks towards the door. And you are heading towards the temple, Juniper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why don't you make a perception check? And also a survival check. To guide, to navigate the streets of this unknown city.
Right.
So perception and survival, please.
The last you saw of Juniper. Okay. Let's see. Perception is...
She inherit Pyxrin's inspiration?
No.
She needs it?
No.
She left.
No. 15 for perception.
Okay.
And a 12 for survival.
Okay. All right. So, with the perception, you do notice some here and there kind of not really. I mean, one is kind of walking with the crowd. You'll see one kind of against a wall somewhere. This fully cloaked, hooded figures. That almost when you look at them and kind of look back or blink, it almost seems like that they've moved on with the crowd. Like they're gone. You will also notice some boards here and there with some flyers on it. And with your survival check, the 12, it's very... You're finding it very difficult navigating. Like, it's hard to tell. Like, there are some bridges kind of going over these canals. It's kind of hard to tell, like, even remembering what the map said. And you'll see, actually, like, some other wooden carved maps here and there. But they're very sparse. And, you know, by the time you find another one, you're kind of off course a little bit. You haven't moved towards the middle of the city. You've moved kind of towards the north and around. And... things, it's just kind of hard to tell. You see plenty of people on the street. It's about, you know, a little after midday at this point. What is there anything you would like to do to try to help find your way through the city a little bit better?
Well, I saw one of the boards with flyers on it. Maybe...
Yes.
Maybe it's updated you are here, or
Okay.
maybe yeah.
All right.
Barring that, she'll see if she could get maybe to a canal and see if someone could help her.
Okay. So you look for a board first, and you do find one. There are several flyers on it. There are a couple with some sketches of people, as well as some, a couple of names missing. But these are not mice, they're humanoids. mostly, well, we'll say one's more elven, one's human looking. Or human appearing, I guess. You will also see a flyer for a book club covering historical nuances in fiction. And that's in all caps. And it has a time and a place to meet on there. And it says, just past the market in the northeast portion of the city. Colorful banner draped outside near Katrina's tea house. You can't miss it. And it will have a time, which is the next meeting is the following afternoon. So it's tomorrow afternoon.
Ooh, well, that might be fun.
You would also see a flyer for an auction house that's selling out of this plane items, or includes out of this plane items. And that's in like all caps. You're like, out of this plane, with like an exclamation point. And it has some interesting sketches on it of a device that they're selling, along with a few other things.
Does this device resemble anything I might have seen before?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, okay.
It's a goop store.
Yep. Okay, hold on. Is that just a saving throw for int? Because I don't have an intelligence. It's my +2.
Yeah. No, it's just it's just a +2. So just roll a d20 and then add the whatever your intelligence is. Your intelligence. Do you not have a plus on your intelligence?
How dare you? Yeah, I have a +2. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's fine. It's a 16.
Okay, 16 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you? Nope, you have not.
No. Okay. Suddenly more curious since this is an unknown item. Okay. Well, this was not. Okay. Well, it doesn't have to be a temple specifically, so that's fine. How does it show where the Katrina's tea house is from here?
Well, you're not. It doesn't. Just gives directions on the flyer. There's not a map here with the board.
Oh no. Okay.
And so there are several people walking by. You could look for another board if you want to. You'll make an investigation check.
Oh, Junie. Yeah. Okay. It's a 23.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of like you can meander down the street a bit after finding the flyers and kind of go around a corner, and there's another board on the wall, another intricately carved wooden map. It has another little like red flag. You are here. You see that you've kind of traveled a little bit north of where you were intending. And you are able to kind of see, okay, we'll go, this way to go. You do see, it has like a key with the map, and you do see where it's marked, Katrina's Tea House, which is kind of in the northeast part of, which is kind of in the northeast of the city.
Okay. More than 7 streets away.
Katrina's Tea House is probably still about seven streets away. The market with the open temple is south, just about 4 streets.
Okay. I will try to go south again and try to make it to the temple.
All right, make a survival check, please. It's a lot of winding roads through the city, a lot of paths, streets. 13. Okay.
This wasn't a planned city. It's
Yeah.
like Atlanta. where all
It's
the
so much
streets are,
easier.
Like jumbled spaghetti.
Yeah. For real. Well, they did build it up out of a crater, pretty much. So, yeah, it just is kind of just all like thrown together. No planning committee on this one.
Oh no.
So yes, you get to I would say that you're able to get to the edge of what you can tell is a very large market area, and you see this kind of large stone building that is, oddly enough, kind of very open. A lot of arches that kind of just lead in from the outside. But there is it is a quite large building that kind of like raises above everything with this kind of gold domed roof.
Yeah, she will approach the temple. Is there? I mean, it's literally open. Are there any like areas for private conversation, or is it just a place of worship that's open? Or
there are there's a couple of closed off rooms that if you wanted to go into, there are different kind of little areas set up to different gods and goddesses or deities. And there is one. Make a perception check for me, please.
Okay.
If I can find the notes that I had for it.
All right, 1 second. You said perception. 18.
Okay. All right.
You can pan back if you want to look this up later.
18. You would. Oh, here we are. Wait a minute.
Okay.
You will see one altar that has some interesting like small glass vials placed around it.
Okay. Is there a name or a signifier near this altar?
If you step up to it, it is let's see here. What languages do you read?
Yeah. The room and sailors. Okay. Common, infernal, and sylvan.
Okay. Written in infernal, you see the Great One.
Okay. This'll do. This is close enough. Close enough. Is she? Is there anyone else near her? Is she?
Nope. No one is around you right now. The temple is pretty empty right now. It seems like there were a bunch of people out in the main market area, but it seems like that they've already either done this or they'll, people. It's more populated in the evenings, maybe.
Yeah, she's gonna take. She's gonna sit down as long as she can see that she's not being seen.
Make a perception check.
Dang it! People, stop looking over my shoulder. Get out of here. 10, 15.
Okay. There are some. This is kind of a circular building, so there are like a row of pews of sorts, kind of like in a circle around, going, and you have like the center of this circle building, which is kind of where some of the altars are. You do notice as you kind of look around that there is someone in a green hood about 2 pews back across from probably like 30 feet from you in like a pew is someone in a green hood.
Pew.
You'll see like a couple of people like kind of go like traversing through the edges of this because it's kind of open, so they're traversing through to get into the market area or out of the market area, but for the most part it seems like it's just you and this person.
Do they have black hair?
They have a hood on, so it's just a green. All you see kind of sticking above as you look back is just like from here up. Cloaked in a green hood. You can see a little bit of skin at the bottom, but like a neck, but that's it.
Okay. Well, just kind of hoping for some privacy, but I understand it's a public place. She'll say that, just kind of And just kind of hunch. Just gonna go closer to the vials and just kind of kneel down. She's got a she'll poke Blackberry,
Okay.
and he will have been kind of curled up
Yeah.
around.
Blackberry responds and just kind of like,
Where is it? Hold on. Okay, gimme. And usually in her horn she has a little stoppered bottle, and sometimes when he sleeps he'll kind of curl around it.
okay.
So, gimme.
Okay.
And she'll just take the stoppered bottle off.
Okay.
And I don't know what I've done wrong. I don't know what I'm doing here. I sort of hate this place. None of the women or the men or anything in between. I don't know what happened. I don't know what cost I paid to get through to this plane, but I think you took all of my charm. And I you know what? I know we never had a great conversation about what I traded for all of this. But if it was my love life, I regret this decision greatly. You know, I guess next time I'll read the terms and service or the fine print or whatever we call it. All right. Well, I don't really know how to do this here, so thanks. Just gonna sit there and
Okay. Give me
fall asleep.
just
Don't fall asleep again. It's embarrassing.
one. I'm just taking a look at something really quick.
And you know, she'll have had her eyes closed, and part of her knows she should be thinking about the person in the green cloak behind her, but
Sure.
she needs a moment, and if it's meant to be, they'll still be there. She can hear Blackberry snoring. Just a little.
Oh. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Yeah. Make a wisdom saving throw, Juniper.
Wish me luck. Oh, why'd I use that one? Oh well. It's 15.
Okay. You will hear a voice in your head that you've heard before. But it's been a bit. You are worried, yes?
I mean, it's not usually like this. It's not usually a problem. I mean, yes.
Right. I think things will look up soon, don't you think?
I mean, not being chased by a giant white worm or dandelions. We finally got some respite. Finally got a real bed.
This place is definitely unexpected, right?
Beds are empty. Yes. Yes.
Well, your friends, they seem useful, right?
Yeah.
Your
Except for
new
that-
friends, I guess, if you want. Maybe you don't call them friends. Maybe I'm jumping the gun on that one.
Definitely not the Kanku, but yeah, most of them.
I'm not sure if Kinkus are anyone's friends, honestly. Well, I think stick with them and they'll be able to, you know, at least it won't be boring, right?
Yeah. That's for sure. And
Maybe they'll lead you back to the water.
I tried.
Maybe they'll
They
lead you to another plane that has water.
They said docks. They said, I really thought I had it.
These aren't docks, Juniper.
They're sailors or canal boat drivers. It's not the same thing. These are not.
I like the ultimate diss of a dock ever. They're sailors or canal boat drivers.
Can't. Yeah, I was misled.
Listen, just keep looking forward, one step at a time, and we'll get out of this together, right?
Don't fall asleep. Yeah. Okay. I might need help getting back to the tavern. It's okay. I got this. Junie, you got this. You. Okay. All right. All right.
Word of caution, now that we're talking here. This place is weird, but also this plane is... Well, I can't get a read on it, Juniper. There's something happening. A lot of shifting, it seems, in fate. Just, you know, I'll help you where I can, I guess.
If you can't get a read on it, that's
Well, I have to go. Have a good have a good day.
Oh, he always does this.
And then he just disappears.
Oh, God. Every time. God,
Now, that's to
All
expect
right.
from that sort of patron, man. Like,
I know. I know. It's just like, okay. Just gonna look around again. And get up and every time. Is there
and that
someone...
wasn't my altar.
I
And he'll
know.
just disappear again.
Oh God! Every time. Listen. All right. Fine. She looks like she's talking to herself. She's just pacing in front of the altar. Oh, I know I shouldn't disturb anybody. Okay. Sorry. She's gonna use that as an excuse to look back at the pews behind her. Anybody?
It's not there anymore.
I'm sure there's a lot of green cloaks. It's fine. Okay, she'll do a lap to work off some anxiety and
Okay.
maybe check for green cloaks. But
Okay, make a perception check. Kind of going out in the market, kind of lapping around the building.
No, just the inside of the temple.
Okay, all right. People give you some strange looks.
She's walking it off. Let's see.
In
Oh.
quiet meditation and prayer, that's clop, 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 clop.
Sorry, excuse me. Oh God.
Aw. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 3, so it's an 8.
Okay. Don't see any green I mean, you see some, like, green outfits here and there. Maybe some with a
Yeah.
green, but it doesn't look the same as the one that you saw.
Oh shit.
Oh, God. Well,
Ooh.
you meant to do that.
My cover's
You meant to
blown.
do that.
Yeah. It's, excuse me.
Too much of that holy wine.
Yeah.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she'll try to remember as much as she can from
Okay.
my pep talk and the green cloak, exactly when and where she's looking,
Mm-hmm.
checking the
Mm-hmm.
sundial.
Sure.
I gotta get back. Can I get back? Oh, Junie. She's gonna find the bathroom. No, she needs to. I need to get back.
I would say there in the market area, there's another wooden map, kind of
good.
on a, like a, a wooden board of sorts.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna check the map and see
Okay.
if she can find her way back to that ridiculous yams.
I would say since you've already came from that direction, you'll be able to you understand it a little bit better. At least going that way. Like okay, like that's right. left, right. Okay. It might take you a little bit longer because you're kind of remembering kind of your off course route, but
Sure.
you'll get back there. And we'll say that like as you like approach, you kind of see the tavern in the distance. You're like, oh, thank goodness. And the others kind of, and as you approach the tavern, you'll see Dradea kind of like stop, like kind of walking forcefully, like through the out the entrance and out towards you, but then just kind of like beeline away from you, and then that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Again, every time. Okay.
All right. So thank you, players, and thank you those in chat for being here, even though we have only half of our crew this evening. Y'all are the best. If you're unaware, we have all kinds of D&D 5e content here on the channel. Let's see here. Let me pull up the schedule. So usually, we have quite a few of our shows that are on hiatus for another like week, couple of weeks probably. But usually Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, we have D&D 5e content at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And then also on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I know this week, I think you won't have anything until Friday. Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Met Art with Staff, where I Steph work on some fan art for the various campaigns in the channel. Recently, I've been working on some cheapies for the Stormfall crew. Maybe Stormfall that evening. We're crossing our fingers and our toes. And you'll have Tower of Dreams on Saturday. And that will be all the shows that will be happening this week. Next week, Unsure. A great place to kind of keep up to date with any cancellations in the schedule is Discord. So if you're not part of our Discord, join in there because that's kind of where we keep everyone updated. We also have a Patreon, so if you're looking for ways to support the channel, great way to do so. Not only do you get some really cool stuff, but we get more back in return, rather than like something like Twitch is what I'm saying. So it's a preferred method, again, if you're looking for a way to show your support to the channel. Let's see if, I didn't do this before, I don't have Dan here, but let's see if we have anyone. I already see that they are going, let's see here if anyone else is, so that we can raid over to someone and give a little bit of love back. I see that, whoops, let me turn that off. Behold Roleplay is streaming right now. So let's raid over there to them. And thank you for all the follows this evening and the raid. We appreciate y'all so much. Diesel Shop, thank you so much for the raid if y'all are still around. Y'all are awesome. Raid over to Behold Roleplay. All right, so again, thank y'all so much. You're the best. Have a wonderful rest of your night, a wonderful rest of your week, and hopefully we'll see you sometime on Friday. All right, rating over in 1, 2, 1, and go. Bye. All right. That was really like...